everyone. Welcome to the UVD Weekly Wrap-Up, the show where the team from UrbanVinylDaily.com goes over everything there is to know in the designer toy, art, street art, and Sophobia world. I'm your host, Travis Likens.
And I'm Ben Pierce.
And we're here for episode 30.
Called Alternative Toy Facts.
If you've been paying attention to the news, no explanation needed.
But if you haven't, it's where we lie to you, but say that we're telling you the truth, but we just call them alternative facts.
So what we're really hoping is if we keep saying things long enough and over again, that they will either A, come true, or people will believe them. So what we're going to tell you is...
we are the best podcast ever.
There you go. Alternative toy facts. Explained. So first off, though, we want to thank our sponsors. Starting off with Gallery F.
Rotofugi.
And Strange Cat Toys, where if you use the code
UVD,
you'll get 10% off at checkout, which is basically like getting free shipping on your favorite toy like Luna.
I wonder if the people who watch this every week notice that we say almost the same thing at the beginning. I wonder if they expect us to say something different, like, oh, instead of, oh, you could get free shipping, oh, you could get a free blind box toy.
Or, oh, when are you guys going to get that thing like Netflix where if you just watch a couple in a row, it skips over the beginning part and gets to the
meat of the matter.
The meat of the matter, which is the show, which I guess we will start now. First up, tick-a-tick. Has Ben back with the little ticker tape?
I don't know. It depends if post-editing gives it to me.
So anyway, Miscreation Toys has a new release coming this Friday, January 27th, where they will release two different figures, both of which using the Autopsy Baby as the body, but they will have both the Gurgle and the Staple version of the figure available in a blank yellow. So if you're a blank collector or if you just like the color yellow, like Sunshine.
Or Lemonade.
Ooh, they do kind of look like the sour, like the lemon head
kid.
Kid. They do kind of like
jawbreakers.
Yeah, like the little kid. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, $100 each. Head over to miscreationtoys.com. Click that shop link and you'll head right over there and grab it. That is 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, January 27th.
All right. Thanks for the good news on that one. So my first piece of news for you guys is Dark Hall Mansion and Stan and Vince are teaming up for a print of your favorite magical mystery boy who went to Hogwarts and almost died. Spoiler alert. It is the print for the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows final book movie. And so it's a 24 by 36 inch print available Friday, January 27th at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, available in the standard edition out of $280 for $65 or the variant edition of $70 for $95.
Not bad. I think it's interesting. We seem to have a lot of things that are coming out on Friday.
It seems like a good day. Everyone's ready for the weekend. It's
Yeah,
like, I'm just going to buy a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, that and the fact that it works out with our news that we only post this once a week. So it's actually things are in the future now instead of in the past, which happens a lot of times to us. But
they're very considerate like that.
The Emerald Burning Bake Kujira from Candie Bolton, which looks to be an edition of 3 based on the photos she's posted. But it's a green, has like different.
It's like a greenish yellow. And
well, it's a green base because she showed a photo that had the green before she painted it. But then it's like got multiple different colors of green and yellows and other things mixed in within it. This custom edition will be released at My Plastic Heart as a part of the Monstrosities group show that will be taking place on February 4th. So if you happen to be in New York City on the 4th, you're going to want to go there because the stuff that Paul Kaiju and all these people are sending over there, it's not going to be the left afterwards. Us people waiting on the
internet drops.
Yeah, not the internet drops, but the preview list. We're not getting one. So it'll be going all to people that show up at the show, which is great because it encourages people to go to the actual event and interact with other collectors and maybe artists if
and
there's some in the town. And the flippers. Try to punch one of them in the face. There you go.
As we saw this week in multiple videos of certain varieties of people getting punched in the side of the face.
So
we'll not name names or affiliations, but
diverting for a second. in this kaiju world, Ben, what is your opinion on what has kind of taken place at some of the shows recently, where they take a photo of whoever wins the piece, like a picture with the piece?
What if you're a makeup artist and just put like prosthetics on your face?
And then when they flip, and they have the number on the bottom or whatever they say it is, they log who that person is, and then they just call them out.
I feel like if I were purposely doing this, I would put prosthetics on and be the ugliest person ever.
Yeah, but
they're like, oh, we're not going to take a picture.
Well, but what do you think though of that actual like activity? Like if somebody,
I mean, honestly, what difference does it make?
True. If you're a flipper, you're a flipper. They make some money. If you don't want flippers to continue, don't buy the stuff, and eventually they'll stop. But as long as the stuff is worth more than what people are paying for it, people are going to do it.
I just think this is like an added unnecessary effort. They're not going to keep like a Rolodex of photos whenever you go to a show. Oh, you're not in there. Oh, you're the first time flipper.
No, the ones I've seen so far, like when somebody actually does try to flip it, they have showed the photo and like called that person out, put them on blast, and I guess it's more supposed to be a deterrent than a like, oh my God, it's had to come to this. We have to show you.
People are going to outsmart that. Like you have the whole smoke and mirrors where you bring a friend, you buy the opposite of like, you buy what your friend wanted, your friend buys what you want. You just kind of switch it and you flip it off.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think it's an interesting thing. What do you people at home think? Let us know down in the comments below or send us an email, urbanvinyldaily@gmail.com.
Or share the video so people can weigh in on what they think.
Yeah, and share the video so people can weigh in. It's just an interesting phenomenon that I think is a interesting way to do things that we've kind of seen recently. So go ahead, share it. Let us know.
Yep. So for those who are sad that Luke Chueh's Storytime Corner was missing from last week, we're here to cheer you up a little bit because we have a piece of Luke Chueh news in that they are releasing the Darkish Night edition, which Luke named on his own because it's obviously the mono edition, which is dark-ish, and it's part of night, so whatever. And so that's with Mighty Jaxx, and that comes out January 28th, which is Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So they'll give you a little more time to come up with money between now and Saturday.
Yep.
Instead of Friday. Next up is something you can buy right now.
Toilet paper.
No.
Oh. Candy.
Mike Fudge.
Oh, candy.
Blink 182.
Bunnies.
Print.
Paper. See, I got toilet paper in there.
For the August 6th show that took place in Tampa, Florida.
A little bit late on that one.
In the past week, he launched this on his site. It is a 5-color screen print. It's a 12 by 36 inch piece, and it's an edition of 100 pieces. It's available at mikefudge.bigcartel.com. They're $40 each, and they feature a really cool scene where it's kind of like a swamp, and there's like gators in it, and the bunnies are sitting up on top of the gators' backs. It's a pretty cool looking piece.
Kind of like that meme with a raccoon riding an alligator.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, but yeah, this is a pretty cool thing. It's got his nice like dark tones that he tends to use in his pieces. So if you're a fan of Mike or Blink 182 or both, this is for you.
It is for you. So something we found online yesterday that we posted about that we don't have a lot of details, but I'll go out on a limb and give you an alternate toy fact, possibly.
Alternate toy facts.
Or a real fact, but we'll let you be the judge. So Jesse Hernandez and Silent Stage have been busy working on the blood red Jaguar head, which we only saw the head. So whether they're just pimping out the head and selling it that way, or if this is part of a bigger figure, they didn't really show in the pictures except the head. So
interesting.
Alternative toy fact, it'll be a bigger figure. Real fact, it's probably just the head.
So is it like a thing that would sit on the table?
I'd imagine it's like a paperweight sort of size.
Kind of like a skull.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. We'll see. More information. We'll see if Ben's alternate toy fact is true or not. If not, you can head over and pick up something that's probably a lot less expensive than the alternate toy fact head body by heading over to Leecifer and checking out his Hano head. Aha, more heads. But anyway, it's a pin. And
pin news.
So we're into the pin news of the show. It's available in two different ways. One, you can buy just one pin for $10. It's the red version. Comes in a little bag header card thing. Or you can buy it in a set of 4.
4.
4 pins. And
I
they're
mean, for how much?
oh, wait.
All right.
So you'll get the red, blue, pink, and gold edition of the pen, and it's $30. So you'll save roughly $10. But right now, he doesn't have the other colors available as a separate item. So
it's effectively buy 3, get 1 free.
And it's buy 3, and you get a 4th one, but they're only 3 colors that you couldn't get as separate right now. So I don't know if he's ever going to break those apart or any of that kind of stuff. But if you're interested in grabbing them, head over to houseofleecifer.bigcartel.com and grab them while he still has them available. I heard they're doing pretty well. So if it's something you're looking for, go get them.
So this piece we may have to iterate in a couple episodes because it's so far out, it's a month out. But Corey Helford posted online and made sure to send us the press release that on February 25th, they'll be playing host to Alex Gross's Antisocial Network art show, which from the looks of the pieces they showed us, I guess has pop culture icons in them. Like there was a Slurpee one, there was a McDonald's one, had some McDonald's and a horse flying over it or something. So
you paid attention. When I hear the title, I almost think of like somebody that's on their phone, but staring at their phone, and they're like in a crowd of people and they're all staring at their phone. So like while we're social on a social network, we're actually less social.
Which these are just 2 pieces they showed off.
Yeah.
So chances are there might be some sort of mosh pit with people punching each other with phones, but whatever you actually said.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Sounds like an interesting show. Hopefully we'll get some more reveals as we get closer and we can share you guys some more information. Other exciting news coming in the world of soft vinyl is that the trashed out Moongoon lottery from Mutant Vinyl Hardcore will be available January 27th for 24 hours. So starting at 12:01 a.m. on January 27th and going through 11:59 p.m. that evening, you will be able to get yourself a chance to buy one of the collaborative figures of Moongoon. Looks like it's a all black edition. But if you're not lucky enough to get a toy, he is also doing pre-orders for various clothing. So you may remember he had a show at his gallery called Desvault back last fall around the NYCC timeframe. At that show, he launched a new line of clothing that basically celebrated the gallery, also kind of pulled in some Mutant Vinyl Hardcore like aesthetic on the clothing, t-shirts and hoodies in red, black, that kind of stuff. Currently available on the site now. So you have to do that though before next Tuesday when he closed the pre-orders, and then you'll get your shirt thereafter.
And it's your own fault if you dicked around for those 2 minutes that don't encompass within the 24 hours.
It could go longer. It could go the full 24 hours. I don't know. Just do it on the 27th and you don't have to worry about it.
So to close us out on real news before we waste time, since we have some time left, with more important things like brotherly love, that we have a piece for an art show, I guess the flyer, in Indonesia. So it's called Power Anger Junior, which I guess is a design that came out in 2016 that helps people in Indonesia embody their anger.
Yep.
So that's going on February 29th through February 5th at Body Pack Protiger Space in Indonesia.
Sounds like a cool thing. If you happen to be in Indonesia, worth checking out. Hopefully we'll get some event photos or something we can share. I don't know. We'll have to write to people and see if they can give us information. We don't always get round the world toy coverage.
No.
Toy facts. Alternative toy facts.
Except that one's the truth.
Yeah, it is. So we're going to provide you with a list of alternative toy facts now. What we're going to do here is take a second to talk about 2016. I guess kind of a explosion of things that happened in 2016. Some of these people have been around longer than that, and some of them, like us, have just started in 2016 in this capacity. So what we wanted to talk about...
some restarted up in 2017.
Yeah. So what we wanted to kind of talk about was the explosion of people in the designer toy and toy world talking.
In
podcast form. So what we found is we've had some interesting things like, what do you guys think about all the podcast and toy shows? Because you guys are one. That's us, me and Ben. I think it's great. What do you think, Ben?
So, I mean, I guess we both compiled this list. So if we kind of just read off the list of the Toy Geeks Behind the Counter, Marsham Toy Hour, Suck Hour, Pixel Dan, Blind, Bo- Blind Box Playhouse, Blind Box Network, Big Kev, and For the Masses. I mean, that's a list of like 8 podcasts.
And us.
And us.
UVD Weekly Wrap Up, you know? And I think the cool thing is, like, on that list, everybody on there is doing something different. So, like, nobody's like stepping on each other's like ground, I guess you would say, or turf. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing. They're all talking about different things. None of these guys really, I mean, some of them touch on like leaks and sneak peeks or whatever and things like that, but nobody's doing what we do, where we talk to you guys about what's going on news wise. Most people are kind of doing a freeform show, or, you know, like a review show or something along those lines. We're a little different, so I don't feel like I'm mad at anybody.
Which I suppose the reason that we bring this up is that everyone has their favorites, which everyone's entitled to. We have our own favorites. But
you're looking at them. No, I'm just kidding.
It's the fact that, like, we all just coexist. Like, whether you watch us and several others, or if you really just watch several others and you don't care about us, whatever. But it's the fact that I think among the podcasters that I think we have a reverence for each other, that we know that we're each bringing out the good news. And I think, like, when I proposed this to Travis, was in an effort for as many podcasts as possible to kind of like carry each other. Like, oh, did you see on Blind Box Playhouse they reviewed the Mad Balls? Boy, were those girls tough on them, or something like that.
Boy, were those girls tough on them.
Gee golly. On Toy Geeks Behind the Counter, did you see how George really hated that Ron English grin figure that Ben's trying to sell? But it's like, we're all trying to work together, and it'd be nice. I think it is nice when we promote each other, work together, and live within the community where everyone can appreciate what everyone else is doing.
Yeah. And I mean, I personally listen to a good portion of these podcasts / videocasts on a weekly basis. If I can't, I'll usually catch up on a couple of them. I try to listen when I'm, you know, working on stuff at work that's kind of isolated. But I like hearing what everybody's opinions are on different things. You know, the folks over at Marsham may not like something that we absolutely love, and they may not know that something that we cover on our show exists, and something that we talk about on here. And don't forget these guys either. The people that are doing the toy blogs, they're providing a service that none of us are even really doing. So
we did, but
we don't do it as much anymore. But like, even when we were covering stuff on the blog on a daily basis, none of us were all covering the same thing. So like, make sure to check out Spanky Stokes, Toy Chronicle, Toy Viking, Vinyl Pulse, Urban Vinyl Daily. No, but like, everybody out there is doing what they can to get this news to everybody and helping try to get more people looking at designer toys. So whenever there's more people involved, that's not a bad thing. Hopefully everybody can find their audience, and hopefully everybody feels rewarded, as in they feel good about doing what they're doing. And it's not monetary. It's not anything like that. You just have to want to do this. And I think everybody that's doing all of this is doing it for the right reasons.
And really, within these podcasts and the blogs, that you have people that own the toy stores, you have people that sculpt figures, you have artists, you have amateur bloggers,
you have promoters
that promote and help artists. But it's the fact that we have this salad bowl or mixing pot, whichever way you want to call it, of people that are of different varieties working together to try to do the same thing. And
one other thing that we always forget, there's definite divisions in what people think based on when they joined the scene. So like, Ben and I joined a little bit later than some other people, like, you know, people over at Marsham or anything like that. They joined the scene a lot earlier than we did. So they have a different view on like what happened with the scene and when it fell apart and all that kind of stuff. And the folks over on the Blind Box Network, they just started collecting toys like a couple of years ago. So they have a different view than we do, and a really different view from like Gary and, you know, all those guys over at Marsham or Toy Geeks Behind the Counter or anything like that. Or people like Big Kev that like, he collects designer toys, but he also collects action figures and all that stuff. He has a different view than we do. So like, everybody's got a different looking at it a different way. So I think it's a great way for the toy scene to kind of come together, and we all talk about different things and support each other. So we are going to tell you that if you want to check out any of these, we are going to put links down in the show notes. So you can go check out all of these toy blogs. So if you're only getting information from us, we encourage you to go and check out all of these guys
in addition
to us, and find which one you like. You may go to some other one and be like, UVD, God, those guys sucked. Why'd I ever listen to those guys? I'd rather listen to these people talk about cool stuff instead. And that's fine. But we hope that you share our videos and, support all these guys as well. If you want to share any of their information and stuff, it helps everybody get more eyes on their work, which in turn helps get more attention to the artist creating it, and hopefully creates new collectors for everybody.
More sales in the store.
So there you go. That's our little soapbox. We're going to get off of it now. And we're going to roll out the show by saying you can check out more information from us on urbanvinyldaily.com, where we talk about all kinds of stuff, including everything we talked about here today. And you can find all of our information, such as things like our Instagram and Twitter at Urban Vinyl Daily. There's a link there. You can find our YouTube account, which is youtube.com/Urban Vinyl Daily, where you can check out all our weekly videos, our interviews, and, we try to do reviews and other things as well. We're working more of that stuff into the show. So we'll see how that all shakes out. Let us know what you think of that, though, down in the comments below. If you want to see something on the show, you want to see us change kind of how we do things, or have suggestions on how we can make it better, let us know in the comments below. If you want to do that in a more private manner, you can do that by sending us an email to urbanvinyldaily@gmail.com. And if it's a good enough question or thing, we'll read it right here on the show so everybody can get the answer as well.
Or really any question, because we're kind of dry on the questions.
Yeah, we haven't had a question for a while. So if you really do have a legitimate question you want us to share with you, we are more than happy to read it and share with our listeners and readers and viewers and whatever else you want to say. This whole Urban Vinyl Daily thing has kind of gotten out of control. We don't know what you guys are anymore, because there's viewers, there's readers, there's collectors, there's everybody out there. All of you guys.
Remember, sharing is caring. So share the video if you want to help everyone.
Yeah. So if you would, please, and we thank you in advance, share our videos with your followers so that more people will check us out, and in turn help the artist sell more toys, hopefully, and prints and art and all that kind of stuff. So that kind of wraps up the show. We hope you had a good week checking out our alternative toy facts. We may have to bring this back. Alternative Toy Facts 2. No, just kidding.
The dose.
But as always, I'm Travis.
And I'm Ben.
Have a great designer toy day. Hey everyone, this is Travis Likens from Token Nerd Podcast, and I'm here today to tell you something about sponsorship. That's right. Token Nerd now has a sponsor. The fine folks at TenaciousToys.com, your source for designer toys, pop vinyl, original art, and more, are now our sponsor. And guess what? As a part of that, you can get 10% off your next order at TenaciousToys.com by entering the code TOKEN10 at checkout. That's right, 10% off. And not only are they giving you this code, they're also going to be sponsoring many of our Token Nerd giveaways in the next coming months. So make sure to follow us at token_nerd on Instagram to catch our latest giveaways.